Alright, welcome back guys. As you can see, we've added the rest of the field grass, the green field grass. Basically, went around the whole thing, did it in a couple different installments, because it takes a while obviously, but it's much too tall, as we knew from the beginning, or I knew from the beginning, so at this stage is where we're going to actually cut it down to where it's what we want, usable. Right now it's, well this is 1/35, so I'll give you an idea just how deep it is. That's our little buddy Kenny there, it's up to his neck. So I guess in a real weedy situation, he'd be in trouble. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we cut this down. Now this is basically the base of the field. This is not what it's going to look like in the end. This is to give us our basic covering. I'm going to show you how we cut it down, and then what we're going to do is thin it out in some spots, and where we're going to put some other shrubs and just a couple red twig dogwoods and some miscellaneous other things. I decided to cover the whole thing heavy. For me it's easier to cut out or trim it out later where I'm going to put additional shrubs other than the big shrub line here and here. I change my mind as I go all the time, and wherever there's a shrub there's still going to be weeds. They're going to be intertwined with it, everything else, so it makes things easier. So once this gets cut down, I'm actually going to go around some of the edges and add a little bit, just because I want it covered right to the edge, just for looks I want it covered right to the edge of the diorama base. So we'll get this cut down, we'll get, then the next installment will come in with the other weed varieties. Like I said, we're going to be putting all sorts of different stuff in here. No field looks just plain unless it's wheat. So we're going to be adding all sorts of other stuff into it to give it the variety look we want. And then once that's set, we're going to come in and you can see we still have to do the tracks area. Again, this is not mud, it's not getting turned up, it's just because of the weight of the tank in a field, it's gonna leave some indentation. It's gonna crush some of the weeds into the track marks. In the end, I'm not looking really for anything but just a very little bit of dirt. But I want to just be able to roll the weeds into the track marks, and actually most of it's covered. I mean, from here, there's going to be covered. All right, let's get this cut up. Key to this, rule number one. Well, I'll get some sharp scissors either way. I use half-size scissors for this. They're not the real big ones. You never cut across. You never cut and give it a haircut. You don't do it. It doesn't look that way. The way I do it is vertically. It takes a while. It's kind of monotonous. I go this way and I tilt it back and forth because I want to shave it down, but I want all different heights in that area. I don't want things that are 8 inches different or a foot different than the other in realistically. But nothing gets cut flat. So one benefit of having it at this stage is to make life easy and easier on my hands, we can tilt it up. So if I was normally doing this, I'd have a vacuum cleaner, I'd clip some, do it as I go, and back and forth. But obviously we're not going to do this whole thing. Well, we're going to start it, and then you'll see at the end. I just want to show you how we do it. But so being we can have it this way, well, hopefully we can see enough, or you can see enough. It's focused up here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go in this way and just start trimming. You won't even notice much for a while. Pick an area and just keep cutting. And once I get it down a ways, I'm just going to check it for height, just so I know that's going to be my guide. Again, this is a monotonous. There's no reason to show you the whole thing, it's just constant repetition. I'm just going to get a little patch done and give you an idea. As I look at it myself. Do his little patch in this area here. And in the end I can either turn it upside down or vacuum it. Just takes a couple outings because it beats your hands up pretty good. Tilt it. Okay, we're starting to go down. Just doing this little area right here. Oops. The camera's getting messed up with the focus a little bit because of the shadows, see? Let's see how close we're getting. Here, I can also do a little bit this way. And there will be some strands that are taller than the others. We want the general field though to be shorter than how we started. Just for kicks here, we'll throw. Okay, you can kind of see, I hope, kind of where we're going with this. Right now over here where we haven't done it, still up neck level. Over here where we've shaved down, we're about waist level. We're almost where we want to be. So we'll go a little bit more, and then we're going to use this as our guide, and I'll go through and we'll get the rest of it. And then we'll pause it and we'll come back and see what it looks like. Although this is going to be a summer scene, lots of greens, some of this I'm going to alter a little bit, I think. I'll know in the end once this is all cut. We might come in with an airbrush with a little olive green and tone this down just a little bit. The other weed varieties we put in will also be doing that. So it's just one of those things I don't know yet. Again, I can plan a lot of stuff and I will always change it. Just the way it is. That's why when I'm covering a base, I cover everything. Even if I'm like, well, except for these tracks, obviously we know what's going there. But the reason for covering all of this is because I was like, I'm going to put some shrubs here, a couple different sap, all that kind of stuff, and then tomorrow I'll change my mind. So with it being like this, it doesn't really matter. And like I said, once I'm done with this, I'm going to add a little bit on the edges, and then really just give it a good vacuuming. This is what's nice about this. Get rid of it like that. Alright, so that's where we're going to leave off with this installment. Hopefully you can see the difference. Again, this side not done yet, this side, and we'll clean all the little stuff out. And then again we'll make some room. It'll really come to life once we start to add all the other weed varieties. So okay, till next installment, I'm going to stop there. Sorry my camera's far away, I got to walk to it to turn it off. And be back for the next one.